Welcome back to round number 3 of our League Challenge today at Psychoturtle in Pico Rivera, California. I am Dennis Geisler.
Hi.
Tyler DC here with me.
No
you don't get to
enthusiast.
introduce yourself.
No monkey enthusiast.
No monkey enthusiast. Tyler DC. Are there any steel-type monkeys?
Ooh, you count Berserker.
Berserker's a cat. It's got purr in the name. Round number 3, we've got Michael Wagner and Nicholas Stavrakis, both at 1-1 on the day. Probably need to win this round to really maintain your chance at top cut here. I believe only a top 4 cut out of this one. Michael running the Amoonguss, Flamigo, Golden Go, Incineroar, Porygon 2, and Ursaluna. Nicholas with that Fairy Gym Leader team, the Grimmsnarl, Azumarill, Comfey, Alolan Ninetales, Rabombi, and the Terra Fairy, Ursaluna Blood Moon. Off the bat, I mean, we've seen this core on Michael's side so many times. Is there, like, a fun name for it?
I think it's just Versa.
P2.
I don't think anybody's come up with a fun name.
Like, it
should.
Yeah, I need to, like, spell out the letters, because there's a lot of vowels in there, so I think you can make some fun-sounding stuff.
Michael's classic Flamigo Golden Go.
Yeah, and Michael does love this Flamigo, and it's really good, is the thing. It's got Scrappy so it ignores Intimidate, and it's got Scrappy so it ignores Golden Go. It just KOs Golden Go straight up with close combats most of the time. It doesn't matter here. It's not actually going to matter a whole lot right now. But it does also have Wide Guard to be able to block Hyper Beast.
It is interesting here that Ursaluna hates taking damage from either of these Pokemon in and out of Terra.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true as well. Like, Ursaluna Blood Moon, Fairy is not a terrible Terra for it, but knowing that it just kind of pivots it into a type that the rest of your team is weak to, it kind of feels a little awkward, but I think it probably wants to say unterra'd for now. Its physical bulk is just naturally better than its special bulk, but it's going to be a little bit awkward. It does also have Protected to kind of stall out a couple turns, but
Certainly.
I love those Assault Vest variants, but the Life Orb variants with the Protect feel really good in a metagame with no Urshifu. We will see the Terra, though. We're going to have to see the Terra, so we get the full Fairy team, like the gym leaders intend.
My favorite Fairy is
Yeah.
Light Screen up.
I like that as well, so that you weaken the damage of the Make It Rain.
I get the CC Make It Rain. Oh, CC into Green.
I don't hate that. Does pretty good damage. Should be able to finish off the Grimmsnarl right now, which would be good if you want to make sure the Misty Terrain doesn't get up. There's Make It Rain. Does go. Whoa! That's a crit.
Okay.
Is it not a crit? That has to be a crit.
Nope.
It's not a crit. That
All
just did that. Ursaluna just did that. That's crazy.
Well,
That's through Light Screen.
That is, that's not looking good for Nick.
So game 2. No, we're still playing game 1. Nick's team has some value in the back. There's Comfey here, and I believe it's the Azumarill as well. If Troy's not lying to us.
The living legend.
The living legend. I mean, it's true. Azumarill is a living legend. Both these Pokemon have pretty serious damage. You don't have the Terra anymore for Azumarill, which hurts a lot. Flamigo still has a Sash intact, although
It is AV Azu behind Light Screen.
yeah, and you also have priority on both these Pokemon, with Aqua Jet and Triage Draining Kiss.
True.
So there is plenty of priority for Nicholas. The problem is getting through a lot of these turns, especially because I don't know that you want to get Trick Room up here with what Michael probably has in the bag. The Flamigo? Yeah, I like that Protect, especially because it's kind of the obvious slot to target down.
Nasty spot. Ooh. Leaving Nick open to some Trick Room here.
Yeah, but argue that. Yeah.
Liquidation right into Golden is going to be a good amount.
I think the Tailwind... Ooh, no, it is going to be the Trick Room. I don't know that I love that, just because... I mean, you look at these two Pokemon right here, and you're like, yeah, I want Trick Room. The other 4 Pokemon on this team are Amoonguss, Incineroar, Porygon 2, Ursaluna. 2 of those Pokemon have to be in the back.
Yes.
And I don't know how confident that you feel against them in Trick Room.
You do get kind of a free swing here with...
Ooh, Draining Kiss onto Golden Go. Not what I would have anticipated. I would have expected breaking the Sash at least with Flamigo.
Maybe there was an anticipation of some kind of switch. But I'm going to go ahead and see the Breaker come out of the breaking its
I
own
guess,
sash.
yeah, it'll break its own Sash.
Let's
It
try
doesn't do crazy damage to Comfey, especially knowing it can heal itself up a bit.
Ursa's going to go ahead and come out.
Yeah.
And, this is where the metal meets the road for Azumarill. It may be... Yeah,
especially knowing the Terra is still available for Michael, it's really awkward to try to try to break through this Ursaluna here.
I'm going to see this Terra Ghost come out from the bear. Notably, there's no Guts active yet.
Yeah. But it's still a bear. Still does some good damage.
Yeah, still a bear.
Still take out the Comfey at least.
He's going to go ahead and protect, probably anticipating this Green Kiss coming out from the Triage Comfey.
Yep.
Which is correct. And then we're going to see this bear move next, probably.
It might be a speed tie, but we will see the bear move next.
Comfey's going to go down. So now we get to see what this liquidation can do with -1 bear.
Yeah. I mean, it's still neutral, though. I don't know that it's going to get particularly... Yeah, it's not going to... It is Azumarill. Azumarill does great damage.
Drops again.
Yeah. I mean, the problem here is that if the Ursaluna's faster, we're just done here. Like, Facade's just going to pick up the KO.
Does -2 Aquajet pick up, though?
I guess that's a good question, although even then, does Azumarill have a way to win this? -2 Aquajet, I'd at least be curious to see. Nope, we're not going to get to. Maybe just testing the waters, making sure that or trying to see for sure if they're speed tied or not on Nicholas's side, given I'm pretty sure they have very similar base speed stats. But in any case, really nice win for Michael in game number 1 there. I think Nicholas certainly needs to go to the drawing board on some of it. Right. The immediate Terra Fairy on the Blood Moon didn't really accomplish anything. The Grimmsnarl didn't get to do a whole lot. Ultimately, I think you just have to lead a little bit differently. Because just getting blown up immediately by the Make It Rain is a real problem.
It's not a great time.
And also, I think it's kind of downstream, but setting up the Trick Room obviously did not help by the end of the game.
Right.
And I wonder if Nicholas wants to change that up just a little bit, knowing that the one that benefits from Trick Room is the team that has the Ursaluna on it, shockingly.
Now, do you think that Rabombi might be in the mix up here? I think it might be faster than Flamico, so you could get a nice Tailwind up turn 1 and start swinging. Keep your Ursaluna safe.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be like a Rabombi Ursaluna lead, especially if you don't immediately Terra the Ursaluna, you can go for the Hyper Voice or Blood Moon or whatever, knowing that you're not going to be in a ton of danger from a Make It Rain. But at the same time, Michael can certainly switch up this team quite a bit now.
As we see him do it, looks like he's leaning a little bit more into the balance mode. It's in an Amoonguss. Let's see how it responds. Grim and Azumarill. Really relying on those screens. Although Azumarill is probably a lot better of the week to go with Amigo.
He's going to struggle here is the problem.
Yeah. This is a
Incineroar could immediately Terra, there's not really a lot stopping it, and even if it doesn't, it already did put down the Intimidate. It could switch out even, or go for a Parting Shot.
Now here's an interesting question. What is a Azumarill if you Intimidate Azumarill, and its attack gets lower than its special attack, but huge power is still active? What is Terra Blast physical?
I think it's still physical. I think it still do more damage. I think it's just whatever does more damage, right?
I think it's whichever stat is higher.
Maybe, maybe not.
Misty Terrain.
I think that's smart. Yeah, the Misty Terrain is really smart to try to make sure that Spore doesn't go down. It means that Michael didn't gain a ton of pressure this turn, but also did not exactly lose anything, is the big issue. Because Azumarill is still -1. You've already burned your Terra, which is not great.
Well, the thing with the Terra here is it's just a Terra Blast as well.
It is.
So you kind of need that Terra Fire to be able to threaten you.
That's certainly true, and this team is almost always going to use the Terra on the Azumarill regardless, so I guess it's not a huge problem if you use it right now, but it's just kind of awkward. It's just a weird spot, and the Incineroar can feel pretty comfortable just going for like a Parting Shot or even just hard switching out at this point. Like, I'm mostly just worried about whether the -1 Azumarill is going to be able to accomplish a whole lot here.
Mungus switch.
Yeah.
2.
And so if that's a Terra Blast over there, that's not going to do a ton of damage.
Attack Rave. The Parting Shot and to bring the Azumarill down to -2.
It's going to have to switch out at some point, I think.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into a pretty slow game here, which is what this this team that I have not yet named likes to do.
Mungus back in. Balance grind starts. Crunching the P2 is actually send it to the defense drop. You don't.
Sure did not. Terra Blast?
-2 Terra Blast. Then 2 for more.
Yeah, and that's one of the really fun plays that you get to do with this team setup, is that you get to hard switch out the Amoonguss and then Parting Shot, bring back in the Amoonguss that turn, but not getting hit.
My little balance, guys.
Little balance. Balance, guys. Scrabble calculator.
So we're going to go ahead and see Grim switch out now for the... Maybe the Comfey. Maybe trying to bring it in to be able to reverse Trick Room here.
Yeah, I
Double switch out to Comfey and Ursaluna.
I mean, it's still like a weird question of like who actually does Trick Room benefit here.
I think it's because Ursaluna Hisui is 2 points slower than Michael.
I do think it is narrowly Michael, yeah.
Get the listen back in, take out pressure back on the board, and he's going to just Air Blast Ursa.
Wow, that does really good damage.
That's a...
For not being +1,
yeah,
that's pretty good.
I think it's a Turbo Bear.
It might be a Turbo Bear, which would make sense.
Yeah.
And I guess we will find out eventually. Not this next turn, because Incineroar is probably going to click Fake Out into that slot. We might not find out at all if it's Fake Out, Terra Blast, and picks up the KO.
Looks like there's a... This is going to be an interesting one. I think if you can position a Zoo correctly and get it out of Trick Room, you can have a good matchup in there. But, like, you have to deal with Amoonguss. I don't think Amoonguss is going to go down to a single fire Terra Blast. You two going to go ahead and switch. See, come back in. Floral Healing is going to clear off the excess here on the bear.
Yeah, I like the Floral Healing. It might just be that Nicholas is going to try to make this as slow and painful as possible.
It's faster than the bear, despite the turbo nature.
Yeah, that is interesting. Blood Moon's really good. Oh, not enough to KO Amoonguss, though.
No,
the big thing for Nicholas is making sure that the Amoonguss is out of here before the Misty Terrain expires.
Right. I see the Rage Powder and Swap. Rage Powder and Parting Shot, classic. I'm going to...
You don't want to lose your Amoonguss right now, is just the only thing that I worry a little bit about, especially because it's a kind of obvious Hyper Voice spot for the bear.
Yeah, is this not just like a Floral Healing Hyper Voice situation?
Does Rage Powder pull Floral Healing?
Not faster than Triage.
Oh, that's true, it's not faster than Triage.
Triage is +3.
Yeah, it sure is. It's a really fast. It's ahead of Fake Out and everything.
Speed test Fake Out, I think.
I think it's speed test. Yeah, it does speed test Fake Out.
So that...
Definitely, yeah, Tailwind. I don't hate that.
No, I don't either. I don't hate that at all.
And there is the Hyper Voice, which outspeeds the Incineroar at that.
Knock Amoonguss out. Just
and
huge for
that's
the Azumarill.
really, really important. Like, it's important for the entire team, honestly, because the Amoonguss is the core of the recovery that this team is able to put together. You're able to switch out for the Regenerator, and you're able to side Pollen Puff. And if you're able to do that effectively, your team just never loses HP. Now the only recovery left is the Porygon 2...
special attack.
Just get the special attack. Porygon 2 recover. And the mist disappears from the battlefield, but that's perfectly fine. It does mean that Ursaluna is able to come in and get the Flame Orb whenever it wants. It doesn't lose out on Guts completely because of it, but...
Is this not a Blood Moon Trick Room? Try to counter the Porygon.
That would be an interesting call-out. It might come down to just who decides that that is the play.
Looks like Michael's not even going to go for it.
Because if you think the other team is going to set the Trick Room, I've definitely come into situations where I've been like, oh, they're going to click Trick Room here, I'm going to ante the Trick Room, and then I just set up Trick Room for them and they get to hit me and I'm like, oh, I lose now.
I've tried to do that many times into our wonderful Sci-Spam friend, Brandon. Tried being the word in that sentence.
Congrats on the top 8 at Monterey.
Yeah, huge win for Brandon. Here,
I think that's smart to just keep the floral healing going, no reason to stop. Comfey almost certainly outspeeds the Incineroar, so even after Terra.
We're gonna go ahead. Ooh, hang on.
KO at -1.
Already started with Comfey, bringing the bear for the main orb. This P2, I believe, locked into Ice Beam. I think +1 Ice Beam picks up the bear?
No, but I'm curious. It might.
It might.
It might. It's not stab.
It's not impossible.
Wow, it really does, yeah. That Ursaline is pretty frail. It's Turbo Bear, and then the bear just, does not eat hits super well. So that's good for Michael, certainly. You're taking away a lot of the remaining damage. That bear was doing good damage.
That being said, we got a situation with the Trick Room up. Izu is still faster than Hisui.
That is true, although the Hisuian bear will be able to Terra if it wants.
Is true.
And also Incineroar still is able to switch in and get the Intimidate. And the Azumarill is locked into being a fire type at this point.
Yes, it has.
So there's still a lot of negatives for Nicholas, but it's a lot better than Game 1, that's for sure.
Now, did the Grimmsnarl go down?
Grimmsnarl is still there in the back. It only has Crunch.
Well, the bear is Terra Ghost at -1.
That is certainly true. It will be able to do something there, although you end up getting into a situation of, okay, what about everything else on this team?
Right.
Michael will use the Terra on that Ursaluna, as he anticipated. He's got such a funny-looking face.
I love he looks so concerned all.
He does.
Liquidation comes out, we're going to see about half again.
Now it's a little less because it didn't get the Headlong Rush first this time.
That's true. Headlong Rush is going to go up and pick up the Azumarill.
Yep. And Comfey's clicking Trick Room.
It is. P2 also clicking Trick Room?
I don't know. It would be funny if it did. Yep. There's the Comfey Trick Room, and yeah, P2 has to also be clicking Trick Room, so no Trick Room available.
Nick. Let's go.
A great call, but at the same time, you've lost a Azumarill.
You've got a -1 bear.
You've got a -1 bear, but at the same time, it is weak to Crunch. Grimmsnarl could also be -1 at Michael's leisure.
True. Rowdy Grimmsnarl hits the field.
A rowdy Grimmsnarl. He is kind of rowdy. And, I mean, what does this team do to Porygon 2?
That's a good question.
This could take a while if Comfey decides to stall this one out and use some floral healings, but what does this team do to P2 right now?
The real question is, what does P2 do to the team? And a lot of damage with +1 Terra Blast.
Yeah, it's still got just +1 Terra Blast, and it's like, okay, well, you can get Light Screen up if you want, but like, it's not going to be a huge issue.
I think the amount of...
I like this switch out.
Yeah, I think the amount of damage P2 is able to here towards the end of the... negligible?
Mm-hmm. It's high enough to offset the fairly negligible amount that Comfey and... Ooh, and Incineroar takes that Crunch. See how much this Terra Blast is able to do. And the Comfey is the one that doesn't heal at itself as efficiently. Oh, and it went for Trick Room, expecting a Trick Room from the Porygon 2. I guess it was calling like a Protect Trick Room play or something like that, but that'll leave Michael's team certainly the faster of the two.
Now,
and Fake Out
goes first.
Still goes first for Michael, and so there's nothing that Nicholas can do about that. The Comfey flinches, trying to go for, I don't know, something, probably the Draining Kiss, but will be taken down. The Grimmsnarl will now get to use its probably Crunch to finish off the Incineroar, but damage has already been done. It's going to be real difficult for Nicholas to win this one.
I think that's game. I don't see a way out for Grimmsnarl.
I I'd be surprised if Grimmsnarl... Well, no, Grimmsnarl's pretty physically impressive. It can definitely pick up from this range. The problem is that Facade will go first and KO it, and also the Terra Blast will do a big chunk to it as well.
It may be physically impressive, but not good.
Yep, it is gone now. Michael Wagner with a 2-0 victory in round number 3, moves up to 2-1, puts himself in a pretty good spot to make top cut. One more win, and I think he certainly makes it through.
Big day for my friend Ursaluna and his Cyberduck friend.
Big day. Same thing as last game. Again, this is a really, really good core. I'm in between rounds. I'm gonna figure out a name for it.
Yeah, we gotta come up with something.
We gotta come up with something.
Something not monkey related.
Definitely something not monkey related.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a quick break. We will be back with round number 4, final round of Swiss. You don't want to miss it. Don't go anywhere.